Ga 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 ga. Go 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 ga ga go. Ga 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 go go ga go go ga go. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man. Nope. There it is. Oh, you're off now. Did you hit something? I can't hear you. Hey, boo!
Try now.
Yep. There you're back. Okay. You ready to debauch?
Testing something real quick. All right. I'm recording on my end. That's how I capitalize.
All right. Oh, I keep bumping this by accident. Sorry, guys. Okay. Okay, kids, let's go.
Good to Galaxy Rogue Squadron Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. My name's Mo.
I am Commander Cody. We are here with me. Oh my God, 301.
Live with you. Salutations. Episode 301. It's good.
Man. Yeah. It's been a long time no see, man. I haven't seen you in forever. We haven't done 2 episodes in a week in a long time, so it feels fresh, man. Do you listen back to it yet, by chance, while you were driving? Our
back to what?
Episode 300?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I do. Eventually, we'll listen back to ours, but I did while I was walking and was just ruminating more on Kenobi, so we can talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
You know, since it's a Star Wars podcast, and that's the only new Star Wars thing coming out.
Well, actually, Ahsoka, I don't know if you saw the news, has officially begun production, I think today.
Oh, nice.
So,
Glad to see that is still happening.
Yeah, Star Wars posted, I think, something on Twitter or an Instagram or whatever, but it's just a film chair, and it says Ahsoka on the back of the chair with a
Very nice.
Dick Dastardly cowboy hat hanging amongst.
Oh, a cowboy hat, eh?
Well, I'm assuming that's Filoni because he wears that really cool hat.
Now we know who Cad Bane is based off of.
But, you know...
But who's Dave Filoni based off of?
To be completely honest, I'm glad that they're at least showing us this because that means they're moving ahead with it. Unlike a lot of other things, they're like, well, canceled.
Yeah, I'm not a marketing expert or anything. I guess I don't get their strategy. Because last year when Marvel announced their 30,000 projects, Star Wars also announced theirs, and they were like, yeah, we're getting Visions and Acolyte and Droids and Ahsoka and Rangers and all this stuff. And we already had Andor and Mandalorian and Boba Fett slated. So sometimes I just wonder, are they holding it back on purpose because they only have so much? I don't know. I just feel like they need something to get us, well, here as I talk, Celebrations in 2 weeks. So
yeah, Celebration and Kenobi. Celebration and Kenobi, 2 weeks.
Yep.
So I'm sure that'll smack us in the face. We'll become good, obedient Star Wars fans again once the Kenobes comes out.
It has to smack us in the face. I know that's kind of how we left last week's episode, but there was a requirement for this show to blow me away. And I hate going in with expectations, but
they're the ones
after everything, I have to have some expectations for this. Everything hinges on Kenobi. It's like your most popular character in one of your most popular time eras with all of us prequel fans now growing up. And the stakes are high and so on.
I mean, Kenobi's a beloved character across trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, he's one of the only ones that can do it.
Yep.
Other than Palpatine, it's like Palpatine, Yoda, and Obi-Wan.
Right.
And now, retroactively, Ahsoka does cross into many of those as well. But, of course, she's not in the OT. So even though she's in the background somewhere now.
Yeah, she's lurking there in that time frame.
Isn't that cool, though?
It's very cool.
Isn't that really cool? Because that adds more to, like, episode 4, where it feels so innocent. But now that we've gotten where we are, it's like, well, Ahsoka's still out there as a non-broken Jedi-esque, whatever she considers herself. Yeah. She's still out there lingering. It's not just Darth Vader and Palpatine. Man. I think they're going to crack something open with Kenobi. I think we're going to see a glimpse of fallen Jedi crossing paths with each other, and their inability to be like, hey, for how dumb that sounds, but you know what I'm saying, like. To acknowledge each other would put each other in grave danger because one of them might be tracked, which you never know. You'd never know. So it's literally like you can't even head nod. You make eye contact. You fucking move along.
Do we know for certain when Ahsoka's show is taking place? Is it around the time of Mando?
I don't know.
I mean, I assume her asking about Thrawn is kind of the lead into that show, right? But I don't know if that's been confirmed. That it's going to take place in that time period. But yeah, because
right here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I don't know how accurate this is, but it says Ahsoka's appearance in The Mandalorian leading up to her own spinoff series, Ahsoka. It takes place 5 or so years after Episode 6.
Okay. Yeah. So
the same rough timeline as Mando and Boba.
Well, that's fair. That makes total sense. Where I was going with all that was like, we've wondered why. Obviously she left the Jedi, she cut ties, but she doesn't make any moves to kind of regroup with anyone throughout all of the OT until we see her in Mandalorian.
Isn't that pretty crazy? Because one of the obviously most devastating things is when she walks away from the Jedi.
Yeah.
And then we see her as Fulcrum, kind of on the outskirts helping out the rebellion. But, I mean, she gets involved. Of course, I'm speaking out of my ass because I still haven't watched all of Rebels, but I know she gets involved quite deeply. But she doesn't, stay with them. She moves on and kind of becomes a ghost again. And then the last thing we see her in is Boba Fett, which, first of all, sounds fucking dumb. Because we got to go to a series called Boba Fett to learn about the Jedi. I don't know. Whatever. But, long story short. Short stories longer. She made that full revolution of leaving the Jedi. Now she's back with the Jedi, but it's the next generation. God, that really did. I know I was just shitting on it, but that episode in Boba Fett, my God, watching Ahsoka and Luke just chat.
Yeah, it's like a really cool side mission during that show. Like you could watch that episode by itself.
Absolutely. And just like the little facial expressions when she mentions his dad or something like that, you're like, oh man, there's a lot here. Like,
yeah,
whew, he doesn't know how to feel. He doesn't know if he's doing the right thing. He doesn't know if he's up to it. Should he be following Yoda, who failed on his own? Like, why should I take notes from Yoda? Because he fucked up royally. Should I be listening to Ben? Maybe. I don't know. He fucked up pretty. And it sucks because I wouldn't even blame Obi-Wan. I'll ask this question: who is to blame for the Jedi falling? I know obviously Palpatine, but they did it to themselves. We've always argued that.
Yeah, it's too it's been it was an ongoing 1,000-year downfall. It's too hard to pin it down. I mean Yoda's in charge, so you got to blame him.
Oh yeah, that's who I'm pointing my finger.
If the country falls, you blame the president. I mean, that's just how that's it.
I mean, it's valid, but also it's of course the fall of an ideology. It's not a fall of a single person.
Right, or even just that generation of Jedi. Like I said, that's what I mean. It's it's built up over however many years.
And I put episode 1 on in the background today, and
good.
Qui-Gon presented Anakin to the council for training, and they said no. But he was arguing, this kid has the most midichlorians I've ever seen in a fucking being. He might have even been, birthed by him. And then that's where, of course, Mace and Yoda jump to conclusions and say, wait, you're talking about the Chosen One. You think this boy's the Chosen One. And it's like the idea of looking for this prophecy that doesn't exist, that they're just trying to...
You're trying to apply all that to individual
Exactly.
people.
Exactly. It's like, I mean, to cross paths, it's like a religion looking for Jesus to return and just waiting for someone that fits what Jesus is in their head. And that's exactly what the Jedi did. They're like, oh, the Chosen One, he's got to be really strong and, a natural with the Force. Well, this kid, was birthed by the shit, so fucking sign him up.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, how like the perceived pressure of the Jedi on Anakin did as much damage as Palpatine. Everyone, the weight of him having to be the Chosen One and, be the best Jedi and do all this stuff. Obviously, he's struggling with shit behind the scenes, which comes out over time. But, I mean, that pressure is just as bad as anything else.
Yeah.
Honestly. Pushes him to a breaking point. Back on Ahsoka for a second, like, I always wonder what she's doing behind the scenes. So her show's not happening until Mando era, but I wonder if she will make an appearance in Kenobi, or like maybe there'll be some gossip about her.
Oh yeah, they'll mention
Or some
something about
chatter or
Fulcrum.
something. Yeah.
And Obi-Wan will sit there and just like,
Curious.
Except he's hammered, so he can't say that word. Chorus. Another one, please.
I used to be a Jedi.
Yeah, on Tatooine, it's getting to that point. You could just...
They're probably like, oh, yeah, I'm sure you did, Ben.
Dude, no joke. Everybody who's born and raised on Tatooine should legitimately see the Skywalkers as gods. There's been 2 of them from your planet.
Or devils.
Well, from some point of view.
Because they keep coming back and fucking up their towns, man. Like, get out of here, Jedi.
Well, no, the Skywalkers. Anakin won
trouble follows them. Anakin came back and murdered an entire tribe of native Tatooinians.
Yeah. Who doesn't? I did that in KOTOR every chance I got.
You got to get those gaffy sticks, dude. They're worth like $100 each.
They're a bunch.
100 credits each.
I don't know.
No, I mean, from a certain point of view, yes, they are super powered fucking superheroes, but at the same time, they just bring destruction wherever they go. So
must be something in the sand.
Just like the fucking Avengers.
Because they don't have water. The saying is something must in water. Something must be something in the moisture and the humidity.
No. Where'd you hear that one? I want to blame Shinobi for that joke.
One of the most underrated relationships is Anakin and Sebulba in episode 1.
Underrated how? What do you mean?
I just think Sebulba represents a lot more than a shit-talking Doug.
Yeah.
That's how slaves are treated.
Yeah.
On the Outer Rim. And it plays out in front of us in Sebulba, talking shit, talking down to him. You're going to get sold, you stupid little bitch. I think he says something along those points.
I think that's a verbatim quote.
And he even cheats in the race just to prove his point that Anakin ain't shit.
Right.
Obviously that's why it bites him in the ass, but, the Force be willing.
Everyone gets their comeuppance eventually. You can't escape it.
Yeah, I really do. Every time Sebulba's on screen, I'm like, dude, this is the sharpening of the Anakin stick per se.
Right. He's been dealing with all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's crazy because I think even Watto treats him better than Sebulba. Like Watto's like, clean my shit, go home, be happy, eat some food. And Sebulba's like, you ain't worth it, you bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
I don't know. Episode 1. Would have been nice to be a fly on the wall when all those decisions were being made during the making of it.
The documentary I think like the making of documentary is so esteemed. I think you can get all of those feelings from that.
Yeah.
Which I do want to watch. I haven't seen that in a long.
Oh, I do have that Blu-ray set. There's like 7 DVDs or Blu-rays in that set.
Yeah, it should be on there.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I watched all of those behind the scenes stuff. Like when that set came out and we bought them all, was it like 2010 or 11?
Yeah, something.
So it's been a while. It's been almost 10 years since I've seen any of those behind the scenes, man.
In front of the screen.
On screen. So yeah, Kenobi, man, it's coming out. It's a thing. We'll see. I'm eager. I really am. And I was forgetting until somebody asked me, are you excited about Kenobi? When's it coming out? Blah, blah, blah. I remembered. I was like, oh, yeah, it's starting with 2 episodes, dude.
Yeah.
Like, we could be kicking off into a high gear real quick.
That's what I'm hoping.
And that's part of my expectation.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just been I didn't even sit and watch episode 1. I just kind of put it on and, caught random bits of it.
Sure. Yeah.
And the droid army, it just speaks to me.
Yeah.
I love the droid army. It's funny saying that it like represents the prequels to me because the other 2 movies are literally about the clones. But like when I see the droid army, I immediately go to episode 1 and 2 at least.
Yeah, it puts you in those vibes.
And even episode 3,
Yeah, they're there. They're sprinkled through. And the entire Clone Wars cartoon.
I mean, Grievous is basically a droid army in himself.
That is true. Man, can you imagine, dude? I know we've talked about this a million times, but I'm just going to say it. Can you just imagine if, like, Grievous showed up in 2? Like, when the attack begins on Geonosis, if Grievous was, like you just saw him at the end, and, like, he didn't even really get to fight, but he was menacing, and he, like, kind of teased you going into episode 3.
What a perfect way to...
So like an after fog and like the sandstorm, like
an after credit scene for the prequels.
Dude, if they did them back then, yeah.
Yeah, like a Dooku thing for after episode 1, a Grievous thing for after episode 2.
Mm-hmm.
Would have been perfect. And then more Darth Vader shit. They could have just put Rogue One as the after credit scene for episode 3.
The entire movie.
The entire movie.
No, episode 4 would be the post credits for Rogue One. Oh, what is that? Liquid Death.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did you get one of the flavored ones?
Yeah, I saw it for the first time on a shelf today, so I grabbed one.
I haven't found them yet.
It's called Bury It Alive, like a blueberry.
Nice. Is it good? Oh, you haven't opened it yet.
I haven't sustained.
Sorry, man. I couldn't tell if the top was open or not. You just showed me the sign.
Smells like berries.
Yeah, dude. Taste test, dude. Sniff test. You rate it 1 to 3. Sip test. Sound test. That was the most egregious consuming of liquid I've ever seen in my life.
It's all right. No, it's pretty good. It's very, very mild, which is what I kind of wanted. The flavor is not like crazy. It's there, but it ain't like overly sugary or anything like that. Yeah, it's good.
Good. Give it a rating 1 out of 3, like the olden days. Yeah, man.
It's at least a strong 2. If I'm gonna sip on it. It could bump up to a 3. It's actually really good.
Fuck yeah, man.
Like I said, it's just a Liquid Death, their new flavored one. So this one's Buried Alive.
Cool.
Kind of a cool can.
Still haven't found them, so who knows?
Contains 0% juice, so it's good.
That's how you know it's good. If it's real Panther and no juice. That's the one I haven't seen in a long time, man.
Yeah. I don't know if I own that.
Used to watch that on repeat, dude. That was the most quotable movie. That might be the most quotable movie for our generation. Either that or Superbad.
Superbad. I watched Superbad the other day. I had one of my edible things. I was giggling like a fucking school chicken, man. I was so... He's like...
School chicken?
I mean, you're not staff.
I mean, because you're not staff.
Dude, I love that movie. It was timing. It was perfect timing. I don't expect anybody else in the entire universe to understand or like that movie as much as we did.
Yeah.
Because we literally were freshmen in college when that movie came out. It was 2007. and we saw it in theaters, and the movie is literally about our life that was happening like within the past 6 months, and I was like, oh!
I know. Yeah, it was perfect timing, and
It's green beer, for your information.
what a ridiculous plot too. I would never do that. I would never drink that beer.
Fine with it.
That's
I probably would have.
disgusting.
I probably would have. Not gonna lie.
Depends how many I've had before, and then the party runs out. Then maybe. But that was supposed to be like the only alcohol of the party. His whole plan was we lost everything. I think 2 detergent containers full of beer will supply the whole party. It's ridiculous. You get poisoning from that. You're drinking soap.
You could die.
Call
But
poison
it's
control.
pretty worth it.
I mean, you could die from getting too hammered, I guess, as well.
Yeah,
Or smashing your potential girlfriend's face.
that's true.
I wish we had a prequel to that. Or, a sequel. You think they'll do that, like a reboot? You know how they're doing everything nowadays? Like catch up with them when they have kids and like they reconnect and they're like, man, I haven't seen you forever. Then they start partying. They get into the same kind of debauchery.
Just start drawing dicks everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Would you see that?
I watch it. Well, the bad thing is they kind of did like a prequel-esque thing, and they called it the Good Boys. But just about like 10-year-old kids, and it was supposed to be a debaucherous of.
No, I'm talking about like the same cast.
I know.
So
I'm just saying, all that shit was made, and it was a terrible movie. But
Okay.
okay, well, I'm just letting you know, Harry Potter 2 coming out again.
Okay. Speaking of Harry Potter, dude, I posted this in the chat, but there's a Weird Al movie coming out, a biopic.
A Weird Al?
Yeah, a biopic.
Oh, that's right. What's
With
his face is
Daniel
playing?
Radcliffe. Harry Potter is playing Weird Al, man.
How fucking weird. I'm not even mad at it. It's.
I mean, it looks like it's gonna fit. I just was like, he's gonna do a good job.
Sorry, I just understood my own joke.
Oh, is that what you were doing this about? Oh my god, it's so funny!
Holy shit!
No, it looks pretty good, man. Looks pretty good. He shared it. That's how I saw it. He shared it somewhere, and I'm like, well, at least he's like, he signed off on it. Hopefully he, I don't know how much creative control he probably had, but if he's involved, I'll see it.
Here we go.
He's legit.
Weird, the Al Yankovic story.
Yep.
From My Bologna. I'm trying to look. I see a. Wow.
If they're gonna have scenes of him like making UHF, I'm gonna be so happy. That's all I want to see. And his Star Wars spoofs.
Wow. Oh, this must be a spoof thing. Okay, sorry. I'm watching. I looked up the Weird Al thing, and it's a Funny or Die little clip that came up.
Oh.
But it's Ryan Paul. Who plays Jesse? Aaron Paul. Aaron Paul.
Yes, Aaron Paul.
It looks like he played Weird Al. Yeah, I'll watch I'll watch it.
I will watch that. Yeah, looks interesting. Definitely worth seeing. Speaking of things that are worth seeing, what have you not seen?
What's that?
I was just asking, what have you not seen in the past week?
All of it.
Yeah.
All of it. CNN posted an article about you have to see Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al Yankovic. Here's a quick picture. I mean, you put on a floral button-up and put on, the curly hair, and, I mean, anybody looks like Weird Al. He has such a unique look.
Oh, yeah. And those big glasses.
Yep, he's got the glasses and a mustache. Yeah.
7:30. I think that's
How is that funny? Why is that funny to anything? 7:30. I sat there and giggled.
The way he exclaims it, I think.
Yeah.
And then, see you later, Bob.
See you later, Bob.
And also the fact that somebody punched a hole through his wall and he looked at their wristwatch.
He does normalize extraordinary things. Crazy things are happening, but the character's like, oh yeah, this is just every day.
The mashed potatoes.
7, and not that he's worried about someone punched through the wall. He's worried about it being 7:30.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that whole scene, there's just glass breaking and karate students getting thrown out the window. Yeah. Big Edna.
Pretty good.
What a ridiculous fucking movie, dude.
It's terrible. That's why it's great.
I have something from Moon Knight that reminded me of that, but you haven't seen that, so I can't talk about it. But maybe once you do see it, it will remind you of the same thing.
Whoa. I'm coming across some crazy shit here.
What? What rabbit hole have you gone down?
In
Share screen.
1985, there was a Weird Al mockumentary about the life of Weird Al. It was called The Complete Al, and it debuted in 1985.
Like made by him or somebody else?
The title in the film is a parody of the 1982 documentary The Complete Beatles.
Oh, of course he did that. That's got to be him then, if it's a parody documentary.
Written by, Weird Al's one of the writers. But it wasn't produced or directed by him.
Oh.
Music was by him, so you know it's good. Yeah, the complete Al. I'm gonna have to look that up because he wasn't even like remotely big. I mean, of course he was big in the 80s, but
No, he was big.
But I feel like there's 3 90s albums that just like took way the fuck off.
Oh yeah. Well, he's got how many?
Bad Hair Day,
Grammys
and then there
and
was
shit.
the Nirvana one.
Wasn't that on Bad Hair Day?
No, maybe. But then there was Running with Scissors, yeah. So I think there was 3 of them.
Yeah, that was the big one. I always regretted, or I was jealous of you guys. The only one I ever had was a compilation. It was the Food album. It was all of his food songs.
Oh yeah.
Like I asked my mom for a Weird Al CD for Christmas, and that's what I got. So I couldn't listen to the Saga Begins or anything cool.
Oh,
Like
the other one.
Albuquerque.
No, I was right. Off the Deep End is 1992. That's his
Oh, that's
Nirvana
right. Yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Bad Hair
The
Day was
baby in the pool.
1996. Yep.
Yep, I remember now.
Oh man, he did one in between there. 1993, Alapalooza. That's the one with.
Of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, man.
He's good too, man.
His recent
not
stuff
just funny.
is still good. Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's a savage musician. For real. Cool, man. Yeah, I'll watch that shit.
What is your favorite Star Wars story?
You don't mean the 2 spin-off movies that are called Star Wars stories, do you?
No. What I'm saying is the written story, the original trilogy is a farm boy that becomes a god.
You know the answer to this.
Do I?
It can only be 2 things. It's either Bane or KOTOR.
Oh, I meant movies.
Oh.
So I
You
mean,
just meant, like,
I'm
a
limiting.
story in the Star Wars universe.
I'm limiting us a lot. So I was looking at the 3 trilogies.
Okay.
I was wondering which one, regardless of the film part of it, what was the best storyline? A chosen one bastard kid. Mm-hmm. The second one was obviously the farm boy who becomes an ace pilot and son of Darth Vader. And then
Grandmaster Jedi.
Grandmaster Jedi. And then
It's
the sequels, yeah.
Yeah, it's tough because they play off each other.
They do lean on each other quite a bit.
Yeah, like I want to say the prequels, but I think that only works because you have a sense of what the Jedi. You have a sense of what the Jedi could be when you watch the original trilogy, and then you go back and watch the prequels, and they mean it.
Yeah.
I think it'll work though. Like I think it would work on its own. Like if somebody was
The
fresh to
prequels?
Star Wars and you started them with the prequels, I think that would still work.
I think so too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
My answer was actually the sequels. I love the dyad.
It has potential, but the way if like Rey was still a nobody in 9, I think I would definitely say the sequels.
And I agree.
Yeah.
Because if she wasn't a Palpatine, I think it would mean a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Especially the dyad aspect of it. But no, I like on paper where there's a trained assassin in Kylo Ren, and he meets his match in this scavenger girl who's supposed to be a nobody.
Yeah.
But, Force has it. They're a goddamn dyad.
Force has it. What?
Unbeknownst.
Unbeknownst to them, the Force had different plans. Yeah, it
The
was
Force is a
definitely heading in
joke,
the right
dude.
Direction.
Force is a joke.
Why? Why do you say that, dude?
Force
Back
isn't
to that.
even the Force isn't even real.
From a certain point of view, dude. It does away every argument. You
It
can't argue
doesn't.
with me.
The Force is fake. Oh, I'm hearing things. Yep, this is the chosen one. We figured it out. What are you on right now?
How does the prophecy work? Did the Force speak to them, or did like in Harry Potter, like somebody gives the prophecy? Like
Where did the prophecy come from? Was it planned? Was it Palpatine the whole time? Palpatine planted the
somehow
prophecy.
from the very beginning? Yep, it was him. No, but wasn't it like around in the Jedi Order for like a couple decades before they found?
No,
who
I
the
think
chosen one was?
thousands of years.
Okay.
Because I think there was a false chosen one like several times.
Okay.
And they fell off a building or something. They're like, fuck, that wasn't it.
Right. So who came up with it?
I don't know. It's almost just like they were so bored out of their mind and they had no enemies for 1,000 years. They're like, get this, there's going to be one guy, one guy who comes along and fixes all this. And they're all staring around like, we have no enemies. There's nothing to fix. Yeah, but he's going to come along and fix it even more.
He's going to come on and start all the problems himself and then
He's
fix some
gonna-
of them.
and
And
then
his son's
fix-
going to help fix them too. Yeah, like the Jedi were bored as fuck. Peace and happiness, you know. You guys need to get a fucking hobby.
Yeah.
Stop dreaming up theories of galaxy-ending chosen ones.
And waiting for them in anticipation. I can't wait for the murderer to come.
What's the consensus now that the sequels are over? Because I know there was like a chosen one debate. Like from a certain point of view, it could have been Luke or whatever. And like maybe when we saw episode 7, we think maybe it could have been Rey. But have the fandom landed on like it's still like Anakin from the very beginning? Like he's the official chosen one, or was that still wrong by the Jedi?
Isn't that the great thing? From a certain point of view, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can apply it to each person. I think those 3 people are the ones that are up for debate.
Yeah.
Rey ends it all, but it's almost like none of them can do it without the others. Like Rey wouldn't have been there and able to do it without Luke's help. Luke wouldn't have been able to do it if his dad wasn't born by the goddamn giblets of the Force.
You're on another level, dude.
It's not another level. It's the same level we've always been on.
The giblets of the Force.
The giblets of the Force.
Yeah, what a crazy story. Isn't that so much more interesting than like was a strong person's offspring?
A great warrior.
Like they were, like you said, they were with the dyad is such a cool concept in the sequels, and they were halfway there. And it's like the dyad spawned Rey because it also spawned Kylo Ren, and it had to balance itself out. It's so much better, even if it's half repeating how Anakin was created. It's so much better than it's Palpatine.
Oh, here Davey says. So George Lucas said that it was Anakin, and then Luke Filoni said it was Luke. Oh. I don't know.
Recently, I heard someone say that Lucas said it was actually Leia in his sequel. Oh, if he had written the sequel series.
If he had, that would have been nice.
But it just keeps changing. It bounces from one person to another. Like it was Anakin, then it was Luke, and then the sequel trilogy, it would have been Leia. You know what happens in episode 10?
Dude, Leia was the key to everything. Leia was the key to everything.
No, dude, Jar Jar was the key to everything.
It's true. Dello
Lucas himself
Felix
said it. He said those words.
Have you? We don't need to go down there.
What?
Jar Jar Binks.
What about him?
You know how ridiculous? Whatever happened to Valorum? They just said we don't want you anymore, and then he just left and died immediately. Later that evening.
If Lucasfilm had balls, they would do something with that.
Valorum.
Like what was he doing in the background during the entire Clone Wars?
You know, it's already broken fucking trilogy. In episode 1, Padme goes to to Coruscant to plead her case about her globe being attacked. And Palpatine walks in and says, "You could vote for or move for a vote of no confidence." And she goes to Valorum, who's our biggest supporter. Like, how did she go from that to being like, "Oh, democracy isn't working as fast as I thought. Kick him out! Like, fuck him!"
She tries though, because he says that, and she's like, "He's been our strongest supporter." And then she goes and pleads her case, and they're all just like, "Hey, the Neimoidians didn't say it happened, so it didn't happen. Sorry."
We'll send someone in about 3 months. Is that fine with you?
Right. And then she says something about a committee, like her daughter. And then that's when no action's happening. That's when he starts to like get
sovereignty now. That's something along those lines. Maybe that's her attraction to Anakin. Anakin's a doer. Like no matter what's happening, he's always in the middle of it, and he's just doing it. Yeah. And that's Padme's like, oh, see, he gets shit done. He breaks shit along the way, but he gets shit done. So I'm gonna follow his ass. So
yeah, that's got to be part of it. Yeah, well, and she does too. You know, that's why she was so fucking. True. Even though it was her bodyguard and not her. But that's why she was so pissed about sitting there and watching them not vote on anything for like 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah, you remember the fucking Mohanic guys just doing one of these deals?
Means fuck off.
Dude, Senate Chamber is one of the coolest things in episode 1.
I agree.
I remember even as a kid, I didn't know what the fuck they were talking about, politics. I was like, this setting is awesome.
Yeah, it still hits hard, man. It still hits hard. I mean, Naboo alone hits hard. Honestly, one of the scenes that I caught while watching episode 1 today was the underwater swim down to Utagunga or whatever it's called.
Yep.
My God, when it just comes up on the horizon over like a crest underwater, you're like, what? This is fucking crazy.
The Planet Core. I love it. All that underwater stuff, sweet.
It is fun, man. It's an adventure. And I personally feel like we got away from that aspect of the adventure in the sequels. But to my own point, I do think the original trilogy was pretty limited in the adventurous part of it. They all had like one thing, like Snow Planet for episode 5 and then Endor in episode 6. And that's kind of what they stuck to. And the prequels were like, every fucking planet, who cares? Yeah. Utapau and Mustafar and all of it.
Yeah, having said that though, on 1... it's Tatooine, which you've seen. It's Coruscant, and it's Naboo.
Yeah. For episode 1? It's Coruscant. We've never been to Coruscant.
No, I know, but there's only 3 planets is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you get to see underwater in one of them. That's a whole new world.
3.5 then. And then
an
you're
underwater place you swim to.
Misa been banished.
Misa been banished.
To your point, though, in episode 2 and 3 is when they start to go, galactically balls deep. And there's so many planets, and each planet's hard to keep track of.
You know what I always say? What? There's so much you can do on one planet. And what do we get at the end of episode 4? Or I'm sorry, at the end of episode 1. We get 4 fucking things going on the same planet. It's so fun. I know it's a jumble. It's a bit of a jumble, but it all impacts each other. Yeah. Like if the Gungans didn't do their job out on the fucking hills, they would have blown them to bits and then went right back to the city and killed everybody there.
Yep.
Like everything needed to go right, and it did. But you're on edge. You get to see the first crazy ass Jedi double-bladed lightsaber duel. It's like you're like, oh. And as a kid,
2-on-1.
Yeah, and losing,
losing 2-on-1.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is. Oh, yeah. He got kicked in the head like 3 times before he even attacked.
Well, if it's 2-1 and then it's 1-0, I think they still won. Like, there's a casualty, but he still won. Well, it's 1 to 0.5.
Yeah.
Wait, what am I saying? Maul's still alive.
Yeah, Maul lived. Does that take anything away? I know
I hate it.
Aside from Maul living, because it is a ridiculous thing, does it take anything away from Kenobi in episode 1?
I mean, it's one of the things that I'm most split on because I love what they did, what they were able to do with Maul. I mean, he's a favorite character. To be able to explore him a little bit more was nice. But, yeah, the fact that he survived it all is just like, ugh, come on, man. Come on, man. So I'm split. I'm split down the goddamn middle on that. What do you think?
I think as a character, Obi-Wan Kenobi, it doesn't really matter. His trial, his proving himself was him defeating Maul. Regardless of Maul actually dying, he did defeat him in battle.
Right.
So I think that it was more of a proving ground. And, of course, hatred boils down into Crab City once Maul gets them legs.
And then he has another way to prove himself when it circles all the way around and he kills him for real. Like, that's a totally different version of Obi-Wan, who's seen.
But that's just it. Adaptability.
Seen it all and done it all, and like, you know, has to kill this guy because he's gonna kill you, but doesn't enjoy it. He's not angry about it. He's like almost at peace with it.
Yeah, I always wonder how the Jedi, how there's certain lightsaber techniques, styles, forms. Thank you. That was the word. But it almost puts you in a box. Like, you use 1 through 7 or however many forms. Mm-hmm. So there's certain other forms you can combat them with, or you can use the same form, or it could be something weird. If some dude just walked up and started fucking freaking on you, what form are you supposed to? You're like, okay, anti-freak form. Yeah,
there's a form for that.
Let's pickle that. You can pickle that.
Shinobi would know, but I'm sure they've developed. It is weird that, like, how many styles of martial arts do we have here in the real world on Earth? It's weird that over thousands of years, the Jedi only came up with 7.
7, yeah.
And
swing
then,
right to left, left to right, up and down.
Yeah, man. Like, you know, people like Bruce Lee was like combining 2 forms of martial arts into his own thing. Like, I'm surprised I guess I didn't expect them to like put that on display in one of the movies, but it would be interesting if like Rey doesn't know any of the forms, so she's kind of making it up as she goes.
Right.
So is she using one, or is she like, I don't know.
She just makes
throw that in.
Yeah, she makes do. She swings the stick hard.
It's Form 0.
There's
Street Smarts.
There was no form. We've gotten somewhere today.
Dude.
Yeah.
Crazy.
How wild and crazy kids. Wild and crazy kids.
Do you like the fight in Phantom Menace where Darth Maul first shows up and he jumps off a speeder bike and they duel real quick?
You know, even as a kid, that one never really hit me. I feel like it could have been better. But the fact that, like, Qui-Gon is so not overmatched, he's just not ready for it. Like, it's a weird cut, first of all. Like, I got to go pick up Anakin, so he leaves, and all of a sudden they're running through the desert, and you're like, wait, what the fuck is happening? And then,
like, why are they running in the first place?
It would have been nice, just like a 5-second clip of Maul standing on a hill, watching them ride across, and then jumps down and it's going to go after them. Like, real small like that, but it is a weird cut. I'm saying
Qui-Gon like senses it and like starts running.
Right. Something, but we don't get that.
Yeah.
I mean, the only reason I did like it sounds dumb, but I had a toy of Maul with only the single blade out.
It's cool. It's a good look.
Yeah, it's a cool
his
look.
Cloak up and his hood up.
Yeah, and he's fully cloaked. He's only using one blade, but it also, like, think of how a blade works. Like, you have like dual hilts, so you can really like leverage your blade.
Oh yeah,
and swing it harder.
Hard.
But yeah, all that to say,
leverage.
I think it could have been better. It still to this day doesn't really hit me. It's like a quick pop, 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 run. Time to take off.
I wonder if I've always liked it, and I wonder if that's because I had the Lego set.
Yeah, it all comes down to toys. Which toys did you have?
100%. Like when we left the theater, went to Walmart so I could get Star Wars Legos, and that's the first one I got. So it was like Maul and his little speeder bike, Anakin, Qui-Gon, their lightsabers, and I think that was it. Like maybe like a moisture evaporator or something. Like those weird Star Wars sets that are like a scene and not like a ship or something.
Right.
It was a weird one for me to pick, but yeah, that's always stuck in my head. You know, your first Star Wars Lego was Darth Maul. It's pretty badass.
Yeah. Maul is one of the coolest characters. Like, just on the surface, like a double-bladed Sith assassin who's non-human, has tattoos. Yeah. Like, you see that as a kid, and you're like, yup, bad guy. He's fucking cool. Yep. He's got horns, dude.
Why do we always, horns. As kids, like love the bad guys so much? Like
it's
Darth
true.
Vader's, like if you're too young, he's scary, but if you're at the right age, it's like Darth Vader's a fucking badass, dude.
Oh yeah. Even in the good guys, who's our favorite? Batman. He's basically a villain.
And specifically for me, the Batman that kills people.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, bad guys make changes. That's what they do.
They get shit done, like you said.
They also
They get shit
test the good guys.
Yeah.
Which I think everybody needs. You don't have to murder younglings to do so, but to test the well, sometimes
Sometimes it gets to that point, man.
Thursday afternoons, you got nothing else to do.
Younglings are talking back. They won't eat their fucking grapes.
Space Brussels. Grapes.
What do you think they serve at the Jedi Temple?
Just grapes.
Just like prison food?
just grapes.
Grapes and crepes, man.
Y'all got jam? No, just grapes. We got pre-jam.
What's... I want some wine. Oh, that's post-jam. Hang on.
Post-jam.
What's your favorite flavor of jelly?
Oh, this is actually really tough. First of all, I eat jam. Jelly's
It's
a little
the same thing, isn't it?
Nah, I think jelly is a little more gelatinous. Jam is little just like smashed, more or less. I like jam because it's more spreadable.
Okay.
It's tough. It's tough for me because I do, of course, like the classic grape, but I buy the strawberry one quite often.
Nice.
I did try. This is weird. I love.
Sorry, it just popped in my head.
I am a PB&J fanatic.
Nice.
I will eat a PB&J any day. I'll change up the
had one in a
bread.
while.
I'll change up the bread. I'll change up the peanut butter. I'll change up the jam. I'll mix them all together.
Hell yeah.
But I had a pear jam. It was something weird. It wasn't quite as good. I'm not gonna lie. It was like
peach, maybe?
Peach.
My wife's been buying this
Apricot.
peach jam.
That's what it was. Apricot.
Okay. Yeah.
It was fine.
Preserves, man.
It was fine. But long story short, I probably would say classic grape.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like the grape. Strawberry is very, very close. I do strawberry probably 50% of the time.
I would say blackberry is my favorite fruit, but for jam, I think I would go strawberries number one.
I wonder
Followed
if you could
closely
make
by
like
blackberry.
a banana jam.
Banana jam.
That's
Yeah,
one of those
what's
things that
the,
people hate or love banana. I love bananas. I'll eat bananas all day.
I loved them for a while, but now I don't like them unless it's sliced up banana in my Cheerios. I'll still have that.
I make what's called a banana smash. It's peanut butter on
Never
bread,
heard about that.
and I slice open a banana, cut it in half, and literally throw it on the bread, and then smash the top of it, the top of the bread,
Yeah.
just to squeeze it down,
Yep.
and it's so fucking filling. A banana with some peanut butter on bread.
I've always heard about that, man. I've never been into the banana peanut butter combo. I've heard people will throw bacon on it too.
Bacon on
Bacon,
a
banana, peanut
banana.
butter sandwich. Yeah, and if you put some butter on the outside and like grilled cheese it up, I've heard that's a popular
I'm
one
gonna have to try a toasted banana smash.
with bacon.
I want to pass on the bacon. I got Smokies. Maybe throw
dude.
some Smokies on there.
The bacon makes more sense than anything, I think, because once you've had like pancakes and bacon or chicken and waffles, like you get the fatty, savory of the bacon and the sweetness. That's a good combo.
Salty.
Or like candied bacon.
I don't
like
like
you're
candied
going down
bacon that
that
much. It's fine.
You cross a line where I'm just eating a bunch of brown sugar.
Yeah.
Like,
You're like, what the?
yeah.
Holy shit. Jolly Rancher.
What do you think the Star Wars characters' like favorite snack foods are?
Yoda's is definitely goldfish. I'm not joking.
Chocolate frogs from Harry Potter.
Chocolate frogs.
Real frogs from Dagobah.
Anakin's is younglings.
Mace's is straight vodka.
I was going down that same path.
Straight vodka, no ice, no chaser. That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh man.
You said you had a sultry salutation.
That was the liquid death. I was gonna.
Oh, Liquid Death, a water review, eh? That's a good one. I'll accept it. Have you beat Elden Ring yet?
No.
Okay, me neither. I haven't turned it on.
Ooh, here's a random thing that popped up. What's today? The 9th. Popped up today on StarWars.com.
I don't want to talk about it if it's Star Wars. Go ahead.
20 unforgettable quotes from Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
It's a weird one to just kind of randomly throw out there, but
Yeah, I thought it would be like 20 quotes from like Star Wars, like all of Star Wars.
yeah, it's specifically Attack of the Clones. Number 1, we are keepers of the peace, not soldiers.
Not really, Mace Windu.
You just got done fighting a battle before this whole fucking scene. You seem a little on edge. Obi-Wan to Anakin, of course. Of course, I have a boner right now, Master. You know.
I haven't seen it since I was 9. My body's changed a lot since then.
Oh, this one. Not that I haven't noticed it. I just haven't thought about it for a second. Obi-Wan says to Anakin, "Why do I get the feeling you're going to be the death of me?"
Yeah, it's too easy.
Yeah. I don't want to
really swung that one. Slow.
I don't want to sell you
pitch
death
that
sticks. Is any other one?
Oh,
Sleaze Bagano.
Bagano.
Sleaze Bagano. Oh, yes.
You think he'll make a reappearance in
Yes.
Kenobi? Yeah, dude. He turned his life around. Now he's like a fucking pastor or something. Continue.
Ooh. Padme says, quote, "Mentors have a way of seeing more of our faults than we would like. It's the only way we grow."
Yeah, she's a wise woman.
She is. Compassion.
Wait, before you go on, Jamie's asking if Vader actually did kill Obi-Wan.
There is no answer.
I don't think so.
I think Obi-Wan fulfilled his duty in letting Luke, Han, and Leia get away by sacrificing himself. And right before Vader kills him, he becomes one with the Force because he served his full purpose.
That was his full purpose, though?
I mean, at that point, his purpose was to protect Luke and train him. And he had trained him as much as he could.
In that 20-minute trip.
Right, but still. And he helped him get away. Otherwise, quite literally, Vader probably would have confronted Luke right then and there.
Yeah.
And,
I
and,
get it.
and either figured it out that he I don't know.
Yeah, by the time Vader's lightsaber actually gets to Obi-Wan, he has already vanished. So, I don't know why. I feel like he could have done something to get away.
Yeah.
He could have blocked. He could have. He's basically just distracting him. He's not even I don't know. Vader took one faster step, he would have.
Yeah.
Or if Luke missed his shot trying to blast the door controls, they would have been fucked.
Yeah.
He should have just grabbed the Millennium Falcon out of the hangar. It's Vader, after all. Come on, let's be honest.
Yeah. He should have.
Force Unleashed.
Truly wonderful the mind of a child is.
This gets smarter than my best master.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating. It gets everywhere.
Oh, boo.
Here's a good one.
At least
I'm just
they're
a
owning
simple
it.
man trying to make my way in the universe.
Now we're
It's
talking,
weird. It's
baby.
weird that he says universe, by the way.
I love it.
So even in the Star Wars galaxy, they are acknowledging that they're only one galaxy in the entire universe.
Yep.
So he's just trying to make his way in the universe in which we already live.
They're
because
smart
that
enough-
happened a long time ago.
Yes. They're smart enough to know that they don't know everything.
Yes.
Once you do see Doctor Strange, it's going to make your mind start warping even crazier about different universes and realities and galaxies and multiverse. I was kind of hoping there would be a Star Wars Easter egg in there somewhere.
Yeah. Number 10, I promise you, I will even learn to stop people from dying. I'm not going to even lie. It's been a minute since I've watched episode 2. I'm not sure I would have ever picked that quote out that he said that.
Lucas is planting seeds for 3 right there.
Right.
Definitely.
Right. And it clearly happens on Tatooine probably right after his mother dies. So I'm assuming it's with that scene where he's not yelling at, but yelling to Padme.
Yeah, I think it's right after he kills the Tuscans.
Yeah, I don't know why that one never stuck with me. I don't remember him saying that exact quote.
He's pissed.
It's all Obi-Wan's fault. He's jealous. He's holding me back.
Yeah.
I love democracy. I love the Republic. I bet so.
Yeah, he does. He makes it even better. When you're in control of it, yeah, you better love it.
I forgot Anakin lost a lightsaber in episode 2. Oh, not again. Obi-Wan's going to kill me.
Yeah, when they're doing the car chase, it's... No, because Obi-Wan grabs it and gives it back to him. And then he loses it in the droid factory.
Yeah, so it must break in the droid factory.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's right. Because then once all the Jedi show up, they throw one to him.
Yeah.
They're like,
oh, that's right. Yeah, good call.
Yeah, when they're chained up and shit.
Is he wielding a green one in episode 2 in that battle?
Ooh.
I
think so, because once they
too.
start fighting Count Dooku, he grabs Obi-Wan's and he uses both. Also, what a weird thing for Obi-Wan to... Like, you've probably never used 2 lightsabers. You've never fought this crazy savage of a Sith. But in order to help you, I'm going to chuck... He looks badass with the green, dude.
I know.
I bet people that love Luke, when they saw that in theaters, were freaking the fuck out.
It's true.
That's awesome.
Oh, Padme Amidala.
But you missed it.
Sorry, what?
No, it's okay. You missed it already. I will not repeat it, dude.
Okay.
He's not going to hammer me.
No, you were talking about how the OT people would be hyped about seeing Anakin.
No, before that, while you were looking at your book, I was just saying, what? Shut the fuck off. When Anakin goes up against Dooku and Obi-Wan gets, put down, it's surprising that he would be like, here, take my lightsaber. I think if you dual wield, you'll have a better chance, even though you've probably never dual wielded and you don't practice that and you've never seen a Sith before.
Trusting in the Chosen One at that point.
Right.
Deal with him, Anakin.
There was a prophecy that I should give you my lightsaber.
Anakin, fight.
Finish him. Say some more quotes to me.
This one's weird. See, there's a lot about episode 2. I don't know it nearly as well as any of the other ones. So this quote's from Padme. I think our lives are about to be destroyed. Anyway, I truly, deeply love you, and before we die, I want you to know.
Yep.
I don't remember her saying that much during that, I guess.
Yep. She's whispering. She's about to cry.
Obi-Wan Kenobi, quote, good job.
That's a good one to include.
That's a good one.
Then we decided to come and rescue you.
Wow.
Looks up at his handcuffs. Good job.
Mace Windu. This party's over.
That's such a badass line.
That's a terrible, terrible line.
Oh, come on, dude.
That's an Arnold Schwarzenegger. This party's over.
Exactly. It's a one-liner. It's perfect.
This party's
and it's
over.
Samuel L. Jackson, dude. It's perfect. What if
It
he
almost
just made that up on his own?
It's shit like that, though, that downplays the complete massacre that is happening at that event.
Well, that and C-3PO shouting and running around with his head cut
It's
off.
Alpha 5. Yeah.
Right,
dude.
exactly. It's like
Just fucking
Jedi are
stop.
dying right now. Coleman Trevor just fell off the fucking roof. Like,
You remember
chill out.
Coleman? He ain't here, okay? He died.
Coleman Trevor, no.
I called aggressive negotiations. Oh, do you now?
Well, negotiations with a lightsaber.
This is one of my least favorite. This is my one that I hate it. Good call, my young Padawan.
Dude, that is like the most cringe moment in the entire prequels.
It does so much. It puts Anakin in his place as clearly the Padawan, the learner, in front of his new fucking senator girlfriend.
Right.
Like, and Obi-Wan's surprised. Like, oh, that's actually decent feedback for a bitch. That's basically what he's. That's basically what Obi-Wan's saying.
I didn't teach you that.
Wow. I've become more powerful than any Jedi, even you. Oh, Dooku talking shit to Yoda?
I think that's true.
I don't know about that.
I don't know, man.
Certain point of view. Of course, the classic, begun the Clone War has.
That's interesting phrasing, especially when it's called the Clone Wars. But it is just one war. The Clone Battles, one war.
It's very true. It should
That
just
always
be called the
stuck with
Clone
me.
War.
That always stuck with me that Yoda said it like that. That I think grammatically probably makes the most sense.
Yeah, even though he's talking backwards grammatically.
Right.
I mean, it's
Nothing
true.
He says makes sense grammatically.
Begun. The Clone War has.
Yeah, how weird would it be if the cartoon was called like Star Wars: The Clone War?
I would have been completely fine with it, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, it's just because we're not used to it. I think it's weird hearing it.
It's also
it makes sense. It's one of the Star Wars. The Clone War is one of the Star Wars.
Also, there are, from a certain point of view, the war reaches so many planets. Like, you could almost break the Clone War up into, okay, this is the Tatooine part of the war. This is the Utapau part of the war, and it's about the Clone Wars. There's many of them going on. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I like it either way.
I like the best stuff.
Bacta. When did they go from Bacta to Medpacks, or vice versa?
Oh man, I feel like I just heard something about the invention of Bacta, and now I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Oh, it is. It's in the High Republic. They are retroacting. Yeah, they're fixing all that because originally Bacta was a part of KOTOR.
You sure? Oh yeah, the Crashed Republic pilots on Terrace are sitting in Bacta tanks.
Well, not only that, but on Manan, it's the Bacta that they're farming, right?
The Colto.
Oh, it is. It is the Colto.
Yeah, but is that an ingredient for Bacta? You might be right. At the end of the day,
because I thought that's what it was. It was healing properties of that stuff. It could be different, but
it can be. No, it was found in the water of the oceanic planet Manan. It just says it's a healing substance.
Oh, so it's
maybe it's not an ingredient.
The very beginning of Bacta, they went hunting for other.
What? That's so weird. It's a liquid that can only be found naturally on the depths of the ocean. How's it? If it's in the ocean, how is it also a liquid that's not?
It's like Mario. When you go swimming, you just heal.
Right.
You ever play Mario 64? You get hurt, you just jump into water. Ping, 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 ping.
Yep.
Full health, bitch.
Yep. Until you fucking can't breathe anymore.
True.
Colto tank. Huh.
Oh, there you go. It's right there.
Yeah, I would have sworn it was like, Colto was also one of the primary components of med packs. So
Okay.
you were half right. It was like the Republic wanted to harvest it so they could make more med packs.
I thought it had healing properties of some type.
It does.
Pork product of some type.
Excuse me. Did you watch Wayne's World last week when you said you were going to? You didn't.
No.
Or did you? Yes. I didn't do it.
Yes. Didn't happen. May 25th, man. Kenobi.
27th. Pushed it
Uh,
back by 2 days, remember?
oh, yeah.
It's Friday, dude. A double episode, baby.
Have you heard about any of the panels that are going on at Anaheim Celebration?
I've seen a couple emails come through, but sad that I won't be there, so I deleted them. I don't want to look and get jealous. I'm sure 5 seconds after they start, I will be able to live stream it or some shit on YouTube or StarWars.com or something like that.
Ian McDermott's going to be there, of course. You know what would be nice?
Of course, since the very beginning. Somehow
is Rosario Dawson. This might be her first opportunity. This will be her first opportunity to visit like a Star Wars thing as.
Oh yeah, that's true. I know they've
actress.
had the voice actress from the cartoon there a lot, but
Yeah.
that'll be sweet.
Well,
Hopefully-
Saturday, May 28th, Mando Plus, a conversation with Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni, probably on the making of Mando. That'd be fun.
Probably season 3 trailer.
Yeah.
Then
Yep. Behind the scenes of The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett.
cool.
Star Wars I'm skipping that one. Can't even
Share your
fucking
screen, I'll
talk
read
to
for you.
Star Wars cosplay competition for an hour.
Nice.
Oh, here again. Well, the Star Wars Hunters. We forgot about that already. Who gives a
I
shit?
did forget about that.
Tales of the Jedi. For an hour long, live on the Celebration stage, streamed to the Galaxy and the Twin Sun stage. Introducing Tales of the Jedi, an animated anthology short. With special guest Dave Filoni. So yeah, Tales of the Jedi is more or less confirmed. I heard
Nice.
leakings of that.
Yeah, you mentioned that last week. Good.
Marvel, Star Wars comics. Sorry, what did we?
I think we just have a lag. I was just saying, yeah, I think you mentioned that last time. That's good.
Of course, Anthony Daniels is going to be there again.
He's
Del
always
Rey.
there, dude.
Del Rey behind the scenes.
Thrawn book number 7.
Yeah, but aren't they heading up more comics, I thought?
No, they don't. They
Oh,
do
it's
the
just
books.
novels, yeah. All right. Tales of the Jedi. That's one thing that, and behind the scenes, of course, of Mando. That'd be fun. Mando and Boba Fett. I would like to sit and just watch Boba Fett again. Give it a good second viewing. It's all the way through.
Yeah.
For how
Yeah,
dumb
you
that
look at-
sounds.
You look at no, it's okay. I was thinking the same thing of Moon Knight, which just wrapped up because it feels so weird. Like on one hand, it's good to have the episode, let it soak in, kind of discuss it, theorize, and then get the one next week. But that one was especially wacky, so it feels so splintered looking back on it. It's like I feel so different about some of these episodes compared to some of the others. Like sometimes the series feels one way, sometimes it feels another one. So just to watch it in one stretch, I think would help. So yeah, Boba Fett, same deal there. And
Yeah.
even Mando, I don't know if I even went back and watched season 2 like I wanted to. Like I'm sure that one back to front is going to be so different going back. So
I think Mando's one of the best things they've come out with. It's most unique. You know, the Mandalorian culture and all that. They've touched upon it throughout, you know, even the legend stuff. Of course, we go all the way back to KOTOR, where the Mandalorians are a thing. Mm-hmm. It's cool. You can pick up Cassius Fett's armor and not know a fucking thing about him, but you can wear shit.
do you think... So you know the Mandalorian armor in KOTOR kind of looks like... Doesn't that just like one big... Looks like a diving helmet almost on top? My question is, do you think it is cool that all Mandalorians have the same kind of armor from a certain point of view? Or do you kind of wish that was just like a Jango and Boba Fett thing?
I wouldn't say one way or the other. I do think it's cool that like a whole culture has a very similar visor. They all are tweaked a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the one that I'm looking at right now was what's his face? Sherrick.
Mm-hmm.
I think was on Dantooine.
Yep.
His has like it's almost like looks like probably just because of the bad CGI, but it's like a Cyclops single visor, and he's got just a little sliver.
Yeah.
It's like this. If you were quickly looking at it, you wouldn't even notice that it's a T.
Dude, it looks a little ridiculous.
It looks ridiculous, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I think it would be cool to make it unique to the Fets. Like if they had their own specific visors that were like technologically advanced beyond the normal Mando stuff.
Well, not even the Fett's plural, because Boba's armor is just his dad's, right? So like that's just like Jango Fett's look, you know. He just
Where did
gave his
Boba
armor to
Fett?
his son.
Where did Boba Fett get his armor though?
He
Where
took it off of his dead body.
Wait, is that canon? He's
Yeah, it's
physically
his dad's
wearing
armor.
Mandalore. Okay.
I'm almost positive that's his dad's armor. It just got beat up and he painted and shit.
Really? I don't know why I don't know if I knew that.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's something that I forgot if someone did tell me.
Yeah, because he even says it in Mando when he's trying to track it down. He's like, "That's my father's armor," or something like that. I
yeah.
wanna say that's what happened.
Let's look it up. Django versus Boba Fett armor.
Jango versus Boba Fett? Doesn't sound right.
Inherited by his clone son, Boba Fett. Yeah. With Django's death, his armor was passed to Boba. That's what it says on Wikipedia. Must be true.
It must be true, man. You know, there's ads on that website. It's a real website.
And that is under the canon. Yeah, Boba Fett's armor.
Well, I agree with your sentiment. I would like to rewatch Boba Fett too, but I think leading up to Kenobi, I'm going to be going back to prequels and A New Hope instead. And that'll keep me occupied. There we go.
Yeah, sorry, I was. Yeah, it's kind of blowing my mind a little bit. Like I knew it, but also when you speak it out loud, it's like, oh yeah, of course.
So, like from the movie point of view, before they started the Clone Wars animated, that I could be wrong. Like,
There's no explanation in the movies that he picks up his father's armor.
I know, but that's all they're the only people we've seen in that armor, so it's not like.
Yeah, that's true.
Movie wise, it's theirs. It's not like the Mandalorian style. Until you.
Oh
get to the
yeah,
animated show.
yeah. What if we got to Clone Wars and all the Mandos are wearing something different? Yeah, that would have been cool.
Yeah. So I like it, and I don't like it at the same time.
I mean, you have a. It's a good option, if everybody had something similar, or if theirs was unique. I don't know.
Yeah.
Make it bigger. All right, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in.
Yeah. Thanks for jumping into the chat, y'all. If you aren't on the chat on the live stream right now, check in. It's usually Monday nights. We live stream every episode. So subscribe to the YouTube channel and fuck around.
Fuck further.
I don't even know what I'm laughing so hard. I don't even know what that means, dude. All right. This pod is over.
Over.
Thank you for that one, Green Davy. That's hilarious. It's over. The show is over.
Davik. Sorry. But it ain't gonna happen.
A lot of people want to see Godden.
I don't know other people.
All right, y'all. That'll do it for now.